Okay, I'm stoked. In this video, we're going to install Ciro Machete LED lights on my 24 Street Glide. Now, this video specifically is for 24 and newer Harley-Davidson models with the redesigned fairing and infotainment control unit because some changes were made. We will get to the install, but there's definitely some things you need to take into consideration before you do the install. Welcome back, Bikeaholics. Ryan Urlacher here, lawabidingbiker.com. I always thank you, that's right, you, for checking back in. All right, so some things you should take into consideration when you're shopping in the Law Abiding Biker store for your Ciro lighting. We have a lot of different products. We love Ciro. That's why we carry it in our store. It's super high quality. So on the 24 and newer Harley-Davidsons, again, with the redesigned fairing infotainment control unit, the electrical system was a bit more complicated than the older models. So basically what Ciro did is they went around the BCM and they designed what's called a Lightstrike Commander. We'll call it like a brain box. And that does a couple different things. Number one, it basically allows you to tap into your wiring for your lighting system. And then number two is it has Lightstrike technology. So a lot of the Ciro products that you can install on your bike with a smartphone app, iOS or Android, you can pair to that brain box, that Lightstrike Commander, and you have a whole bunch of options for all that lighting and kind of how you want it to act and what patterns you want it to display. So the next question is, do I have to have the Lightstrike Commander, the brain box? And the answer is you don't have to. There is a different route you can go. And so when you're shopping in the Law Abiding Biker store and you're selecting this lighting, you do have to make a separate purchase for either the brain box, the Lightstrike Commander, or if you don't want any of the patterns or ability to program the lights and you just want run, turn, brake only, then you can just get our standard adapter. Again, that's not a brain box, it's not a computer, it simply allows you to tie in to the wiring on your bike that controls the lighting. Now, one thing you might want to consider is if you ever think possibly that you are going to want patterns in the future on lights and things like that, then I would say definitely just at least get the Lightstrike Commander on there. At least you have that option in the future. And whether you purchase the standard adapter or the Lightstrike Commander, you only have to do that once. From there on out, you'll be good to add any of the Ciro lighting that you want. Okay, so regardless of what decision you made, whether you went with the Lightstrike Commander brain box or just the wiring standard adapter, that's the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to get under the seat. And if you don't need to see that part, then you can certainly skip ahead, but let's dive in. All right, we're gonna get this bike put up on the lift here, easier to work on. This is one of our beloved PSR bar clamps. We have them available in the Law Abiding Biker store, links description below, different sizes, but you'll see how easy this makes it to tie our bike down. We're just gonna go around the engine guard there on this side, and he's gonna go ahead and put this one on this side in kind of the same spot there. And you can see that makes it super simple to get our strap hook up around those guys. And he's just securing the other side. And if you're interested in this lift, we love this Titan lift. We've had it for many years now and it is solid. We have them available in the Law Abiding Biker store with or without side panels. We'd love to get one shipping your way. It makes working on bikes so much more enjoyable. Again, that's our Titan lift available in the Law Abiding Biker store, link in the description below. All right, first thing you want to do is just remove your seat. That's my beloved heated Saddleman road sofa from the Law Abiding Biker store. Secured with our extended Rick Rack seat bolt. We've got two different sizes, but for a full touring, you see with his fingers there, he can easily get that out of there. Much easier process than that stock bolt with screwdriver. We have them in black or chrome. And again, this is the extended version. We'll link to them in the description below. And with that bolt removed, you can go ahead and slide this seat out of the way. And mine is heated, so he's got to get the accessory plug undone there. And that'll give us access underneath the seat here. Okay, so he's just getting a little alcohol on a rag, and the reason is he's going to clean that off right there, because that is where we are going to stick the Lightstrike Commander box, and we want to make sure it sticks with the tape real good. All right, on the Lightstrike Commander box is some 3M sticky tape. Pull the backing, and he's going to go ahead and move this into place, and this is where they advise to mount this guy. And it'll just give some good pressure, make sure that is stuck on there real good. Next, you're going to want to find your main harness plug there, and he'll go ahead and push the tab and pull that guy apart. And I want to mention real quick that if you're not using the Lightstrike Commander for whatever reason, and you're just using the standard wiring adapter, it's pretty simple. It just plugs in right here where we split the main plug. All right, so you see I'm holding the actual Lightstrike Commander plug there. This is the OEM plug where we split it, and that's really what you're doing, is just splitting everything. So he'll go ahead and plug this guy in here. It only goes one way there. Make sure it clicks into place there. And he'll take the other plug on the Lightstrike Commander and plug it the other side of the OEM plug there. And again, you've just split that is what you've done. So we've got to get access to the battery here. There's two big plugs up here. We're going to have to get off the top tray. Basically, you just pull up on the back and you'll see, and then he'll slide it out. They're just little slider rails there that they're in. So again, lift up on the back and slide to the rear and kind of get those out of our way. And there's just two accessory plugs there. He'll just pop those out of the way a little bit so we can get this tray off. And last up front there, there's a little tab and a tongue there. You just got to pop that out, and that will allow him here to get this plastic tray out of the way. All right, and then we're gonna get the ECM out of the way. There's two tabs up front there. You just kind of pull on those, and then this entire thing, you'll see, will kind of lift up and out of the way. And then underneath there is our battery and our terminals. All right, so the negative terminal is exposed, but we're gonna have to take off one more thing here. This kind of plastic grate thing, because it's blocking the positive terminal. That's a Torx T27. There's just one bolt down in there that he'll back out. So now he's just working on routing his negative and positive lead to the battery, and that does have an inline fuse in it. Should be in there, but just obviously make sure. All right, so this is kind of the way you'll want to route it. You'll see coming off the Lightstrike Commander, you've got a negative and positive. We're just going right over the top here. We've mocked it all up. You're gonna have to get that plastic grate in your tray, and there's just enough slack if you do route it this way. That should work out for you. And then we pull our ECM out of the way there. So with our ECM out of the way here, you're just gonna go ahead and back off the negative screw there on the terminal. You don't have to take it all the way out, because these are spade connectors. And he'll go ahead and slide that guy on the negative terminal, black of course, and he'll get that tightened down. Now he's working on his positive terminal. Again, just back it out a few turns. And he'll slide that spade connector onto the positive terminal, red of course, and snug that down. And he'll work that plastic grate back into place now. Just a little finesse there and move those wires out of your way. And there's not a lot of extra on these leads, so it's a little bit of a pain just to finesse this grate back in there, but I at least wanted to show you how it goes. You can see that hook over here. It goes up and over the top there, and everything else kind of slides underneath, so we can get that front bolt hole lined up there. And that's the bolt that he's putting back in there with his Torx T27 in the front there. And now he'll take that ECM and you kind of slide the rear on there first. Remember those two tabs up front. Just kind of work everything back into position here. Once he clears everything there, you can go ahead and snap that front in. And he'll just slide that plastic tray back into position there, and it slides in the rear there. And then don't forget that front tab on the tongue there. And he'll slide these two OEM plugs back into the slider trays there. And starting with the rear there, and he'll slide it back towards the tank here and get those secured into place. All right, now you have leads, of course, coming off your Lightstrike Commander. The brown leads there go to your right side, and the purple go to your left side, so just be aware of that. All right, so at this point, you've either installed your Lightstrike Commander, or you chose just the standard adapter, which would be located back here. Whichever you chose at this point, you should go ahead and test your machete lights before we stick them to the bike. So he's gonna go ahead and plug those in. Again, remember, brown is your right side for color coding, and purple is your left side. So get those plugged in and we'll go ahead and fire the bike up. And it looks like they are working. We'll go ahead and do some brakes and then we'll test the signals, and all looks good to go. And we'll go ahead and power these down and we can go ahead and get them installed. We're going to get both saddlebags removed so we can run our wiring. Those are our beloved Rick Rack saddlebag safety bolts, much more secure than the stock ones. The stud's longer. They don't have that hook on them because every time you're trying to get gear out, it's always getting on those hooks. They're just a clunky system. These are way better, much more secure, high quality from Rick Rack. We carry them in the Law Abiding Biker store, silver and black, and sometimes we have runs of gold. So if you see the gold, you better snag those up quick. I'll link to everything in the description below. And he can now get that saddlebag out of the way. He'll remove the other side too. All right, so you see he has the saddlebag upside down on the lift here because we're going to be working on the underside. He's just got some alcohol there, rubbing alcohol, and you just want to make sure, like all Ciro products, that you really clean the surface so that 3M tape sticks really good. So he'll clean the whole underside here. So before you stick this down, just double check because it does matter which side it goes on. The purple, remember, is our left side. The brown is the right side. So he's got the right one for the left here. And you've also, right on here, it is printed left. So worth noting before you install it is right down here, you'll see this little curved plastic piece. There's one on this side too, right up here. So basically those go and they fit around the curvature of this channel, which is for your saddlebag support bar. And so he's going to go ahead and get that into place. And as he situates that, you can see how that's sliding in. You really know it's in place because of the way it's curved. It's not going to go forward or back too much. It kind of goes right in this spot here, and that way you know that is situated right. You just kind of want to mock everything up, know what you're doing before we stick this down. Now that this is situated exactly where we want it, he's just going to use a little piece of blue painter's tape to mark the rear of that guy. That way when he's sticking it, he can do one and done and not get it wrong. Go ahead and remove the backing to the 3M sticky tape there, and he will go ahead and get this guy situated here on the bag again using his mark and those plastic pieces on that inside channel before he applies real good even pressure here for about 30 seconds to get that stuck down real good. So a couple things to note. We've got the awesome Ciro bag blades already installed on my saddlebags here. And as you can see, we had already had this wire routed. Again, this is for the bag blades. And we had the little sticky pads. This all comes in your kits. And we cleaned everything, of course, when we installed those and stuck those pads down. So because we have that, we're going to reuse some of those pads, or double use, I should say. This is the Machete installed, and that's our wire. We're also going to have to route this. But with this, we're only going to have to put a couple pads, which we'll clean up with alcohol in this area, and then we'll stick a couple more pads, as you'll see, and we're going to show you this. But from there, if you don't have anything else, you're going to have to put more pads and zip ties to run the wire. But we're actually just going to clip all the zip ties on my bag blade wire, and these will be dual use. We'll be running both wires up there. But again, for us, we're just going to have to put a couple. But it's really up to you exactly how you run all that. And again, these come in your kit. So he's just going to grab a couple here and remove the backing. And then he'll go ahead and, again, not rocket science, just get them to where you can easily guide your wires, and just get even pressure for about 15 seconds. And he'll go ahead and stick a second one on there. And the zip ties, of course, just go through the channels in the sticky pads there. And then you can bring your wire into place there, and he'll just zip tie that down. Just make sure you have a little slack on the wire there. Make sure it's routed right. And of course, we'll cut the excess off those zip ties. Just one thing to note, this is the channel for your saddlebag support bar. So up here, you just want to make sure that bar comes around here, that the wire is clear of that channel. All right, and you can see we got it all wired, nice and clean install there. All right, and you're just going back on with the saddlebags on both sides, and then we will get these Machete lights plugged in. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the Machete lights. Some things we need to discuss here real quick, just so everything makes sense. Your setup may be just a little bit different. So in this case, what he's got right here, this is coming off of our Lightstrike Commander brain box again, so I can program my lights and do everything. If you have the regular standard adapter, it's going to be back here somewhere. but you're still going to have leads coming off it just like this. Remember, purple is left side, brown is right side. So we're dealing with the left side here. So coming off the Lightstrike Commander, this is coming up our saddlebag. This goes to the Machete. All right. So if that's all you're going to run, you just plug this guy right into there because you've already split your main lighting harness and you're done. In our case, not only do I have bag blades already on the bike, we're also going to add filler panel lights. So we need to split this once for now. And he's going to go ahead and do that. And these splitters come in your kit. So he's splitting it again, coming off the Lightstrike Commander. It's split now. Now he can go with the Machete light into that. That's going to give it power. And we're going to do it on the other side too, the brown side, which is the right side. And now you see, I can hook another accessory. So now I have another wire down here, and it's just going to be my bag blades, and that can go into the splitter. But before we do that, we're actually going to install another light, which is the filler panel light. So we're going to take and we're in a moment when we do that, we're going to split that again. But for now, we just have two accessories. So he's going to plug that in. And again, you can daisy chain it so you can keep splitting it again and again so you can add more Ciro accessories. But that's the left side purple, and you can see he's already done the right side. That's the brown. So now not only are my machetes going to run, turn, brake, but I'm going to run my bag blades, and they're actually going to get the benefit of the Lightstrike technology because they have that built in, the ones I chose, and we can do patterns and all that on them. So that's kind of how that looks underneath there. And then wire management, of course, is completely up to you. All right, get the Lightstrike app, iOS or Android, and fire it up. He's also going to turn on the bike. That's going to throw a Bluetooth signal. You can see it recognize the Lightstrike Commander there. We'll go ahead and go into that. If you get asked for a code, it's always 6 zeros. You'll see I have 4 different devices installed on this bike. The filler panel lights, bag blades, the Machete, which we're dealing with here, and the vent light batwing. So I can go into any of those devices and make changes on how I want them to look. We'll go into the Machete. And again, this is just a basic overview of what you can do. But you've got a lot of different options here. We've got a power on animation. It's on 6 now. You can change that. You see it does different things. I'll put a 3 on there. So you also get to choose whether you want those red or amber on those power up animations. We'll go ahead and scroll down here. You can adjust the brightness, just your regular run brightness on how bright you want that. You can do run animations, check your state laws, and this can, do different things while you're running down the road. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. You've got your turn function. He's going to go ahead and turn on the signal. You'll see it's on 1. Again, we can choose, and you can see my filler panel lights over there and my bag blades all working in combination. It's a really nice look, but we can go ahead and move that to a 3, and we will just hit that, and you can see now it's front to back, and we could also change that from red to amber. So a lot of different options. Also your turn brightness, how bright you want that, and then your brake function on here. So we're going to turn on brake burst mode here, and it'll hit the brake here, and you can see it's on burst mode 3. So you can do a delay on when your brake is held down, the delay before it does those animations again, and then frequency is how fast it actually flashes when you have it on different patterns, and you just looks like you have 1, 2, or 3 to choose from. Anyways, a lot of functionality in the app, but that just gives you a quick overview on some of the adjustments that you can make.